And welcome to Recovery Report Live. I'm Odess, president of GlobalPro, where we manage risk to recovery. And we've managed more than $1 billion in damages, and we've represented thousands of policyholders, whether it's business owners or community associations, in placing insurance, recovering from loss, and rebuilding. There's so many things that we can do as insurance coverage experts to help you plan for the when, not if, but plan for the when, as well as help you recover and rebuild your properties. Let us know what we can do. Check us out online at GlobalPro.com. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, like us, follow us on all our social media. We want to make sure that when we go live right here in the Griffin studio, you get that notification and you have the information you can use as a board member, a property manager, or a business owner. We want to continue to do that. And right now in Florida, we continue to see bills being offered and proposed to change, update, hopefully improve some of the legislation. Obviously, the last few legislative sessions have been tremendously anti-consumer. I've talked at length. I've had on industry experts, whether in the community association world or the business communities and lobbyists, talking about these things. And the large community that is largely unrepresented in Tallahassee is dealing with some tough decisions right now. What to insure, how to insure it, when to insure it. Particularly for a lot of community associations and business owners, really making tough financial decisions. That's what it really comes down to. Now, I know that a lot of times you think that when you're buying insurance, it's all about the cost of it, and you want to drive that cost down as low as possible so you can obviously help your business, your community. You want to save money, but saving money today on insurance may hurt you in the long run, so there needs to be some sort of balance. Now, one of the more controversial issues that we've seen come up in the recent session has to do with flood insurance. Why do unit owners on upper units in a building, a high-rise building, need to have flood insurance? They wanted to change some of those laws regarding the requirements to doing that, particularly when some have seen their flood insurance rates double, if not triple, as well as in a tough market when property insurance rates are skyrocketing. And there really doesn't seem to be any relief despite all the propaganda, everything that went into lobbying for all of this anti-consumer legislation over the last couple of years. No change has occurred. In fact, it's gotten worse in this market, largely because of what I believe is the catalyst, which is a lack of accountability. We saw some sort of semblance of that. In fact, they labeled a bill, the Insurer Accountability Bill, hope to make some sort of impact and inroads into helping us as consumers in the Florida market with regards to these rising insurance rates. But again, bringing the real issues to head, that's what this show is all about. So thank you all for tuning in. We've been talking about not only the price of it, but what is in it, right? Transitioning the conversation to about what is in your insurance policy. Yes, we are paying historically high rates for insurance. These rates came on fast. The legislator moved in quickly with the lobbyist community behind them working for insurance companies. Oh, it's all of the consumer advocates. Oh, it's the contractors. Oh, it's the lawyers. Blame them, blame them, blame them. Oh, by the way, don't expect any sort of savings. And in comes an Insurance Accountability Act talking about, okay, maybe we need to hold surplus lines insurers as well as admitted insurers more accountable. There needs to be more reporting. These audits that, well, they're self-audits now need to be published. Why don't we start doing some of those things and transitioning back to a consumer-friendly market, a market that is competitive? Because as I think a lot of us have realized is that if you give insurers everything that they're looking for, it does not make the market any more competitive. And if they feel as if the wind is at their back and they're successfully obtaining these revisions and changes that benefit their business in the long term, because they definitely do play long term here, then hey, might as well take advantage and double down on it, and that's what they did, and they've been winning. And my hope is that the consumer advocates that have been up there in Tallahassee doing the good work with us, alongside of us, making sure that you are all represented as consumers, business owners, community associations. Again, we've been working with not only the lobbyists that are fighting the efforts on behalf of policyholders, but also interest groups that are representing the interest of community associations, as well as the business community, the construction community, some of those that have been reeling and having a difficulty a difficult time in this current insurance market. Last week, we had on the good folks in Texas. We were talking with certainly an insurance expert and our very own Rob Bowlby about the issues that are impacting that market. The week before that, we were talking about construction issues. Again, a lot of centered around insurance. We believe that statute of limitation changes on the construction 558 process were further reduced, somewhat similar to the statute of limitations with regards to property insurance claims, particularly those for hurricanes, right? You saw a reduction of time in order to bring those claims. Who does that benefit? Certainly not you as a consumer. Now, they're going to try to sell you on this idea that, well, if we make this a more attractive market, there'll be more insurers, there'll be better rates, there'll be better, well, wait, they don't talk about product, but that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping the conversation transitions and we start talking about the products, because I honestly believe you take one step in the direction of accountability, you take another step in the direction of talking about the garbage products that are mostly being sold to a lot of community associations as well as business owners right now, and I think you're going to start to see the other shoe fall and real credible change occurring in our markets. That's so important. Now, for instance, you see all this Surfside changes that are, the reserve studies, and it was an impossible set of standards to meet in a time period that set unrealistic constraints around professionals that were needed in order to do these studies, right? Now, again, a knee-jerk reaction to a change needed to occur, but what kind of change is going to help us and positively impact our community? We are all about community here at GlobalPro, whether it's on the charitable side, getting involved in legislative efforts, representing communities, community associations, local governments, you name it. I mean, we are very much involved in making sure that our communities are better prepared and more quickly recover from major loss and damage. And with that mindset, we can objectively carry ideas to the decision makers that can positively impact us, not only in our pockets, but also making sure that it's not a short-term pocket issue with regards to the cost of premium, but a long-term thing where, when that event occurs, the fire, the water loss, the hurricane occurs, that you actually have an insurance product that's actually going to help make you financially whole. That's why you buy insurance, all right? That's why you do it. But a lot of the other issues that we're hearing about as I'm meeting with community associations and decision makers that are out there is about communication and expectations within communities. Nowadays, the technology required to broadcast your ideas and your vision to your community and to your employees is relatively inexpensive and tremendously accessible. It's so accessible. Why more communities and businesses don't use what technology is available to them to do that is beyond me. Now, I've recently launched a new venture called Nucleus, where we're building out small studios offering business owners as well as the community association industry an opportunity to step out of the office or off their properties and to build and develop quality content in perfectly curated studios and with all the equipment that they need. It's really turnkey. And the reason why and the focus for that is that there needs to be more of it and it needs to be more accessible. And we believe we have the idea that's going to deliver that. But the reason why I bring that up is that with all these changes going on, whether it's on your community or in the business or in the community, we need to be making and delivering more and better content. And again, the technology is cheaper, it's more accessible, and I want all of you as property managers or board members, as well as business owners, think of different ways to leverage what's available to you and how you may be able to use that technology, whether it's AI-driven or if it's templates that you're looking for or if it's ideas that you need. There's so many resources out there to help you do that. And this is a conversation, right? I want to have a conversation with you about how you might be able to better set expectations for your community, your board, your fellow unit owners, as well as your employees, and better communicate the objectives. Now, why is this important, particularly nowadays? Well, people are pretty much glued to their phones, looking at email, text messages, social media. And if there's a major event like a hurricane or whatever else, why aren't more communities delivering more digital messages to their properties, to their interested parties, whether it's their other vendors, the unit owners, or the board members? Think of different ways of doing that. Really easy to make short form content and be able to publish it to your community. But a lot of associations, even with all the money, the ones that are well funded, even those that are not, It doesn't matter. Your financial situation, everyone's got a cell phone in their pocket, right? I got mine right here. You can use this technology to distribute a better message, more informative messages, and a more timely message that your community will benefit from. If you need ideas or you want to come check out our new studio, let us know. I mean, I would love to invite you here. Check it out. Look at what we're doing here. It's an incredible platform that's going to help a lot of you out there get your message out and make sure that you deliver consistent information, actionable information that everyone can use, like we do right here on the Recovery Report Live. That's what we do. We go live every Thursday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to talk about information you can use, whether you're a business owner or community association. And if you haven't already, make sure that you're liking us and following us on all our social media platforms. And if you haven't already, go check us out on GlobalPro.com. Hit the resource section. You see a lot of things there that you can download. And as we head into storm season, and that's coming up just in a few weeks, we're going to be preparing, right? If you don't already year-round. And I'd be surprised if you would be surprised to find out how many people actually don't, particularly in the community association world. But we hope you are. We hope that you are practicing preparedness. And if you need any information about that, we want to be that resource for you. We can help guide the communications, whether it's through continuing education classes, on-site tutorials, whatever we can do to help you as community associations and be more productive, let us know. But again, check us out online. Go to globalpro.com. Make sure you like us and follow us and subscribe to all of our YouTube, Facebook, and all our other social media channels. Because when we go live every single week, same time, same place, we want to make sure that you're tuning in. So we'll see you right here, same time, same place on the Recovery Report Live next week at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.